Hello everybody, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. This is an update on the Caregiver program. Remember a couple times we spoke about it, we said that there are proposed changes, and now this pilot, this new program is coming to be alive, and I just wanted to comment a little bit on pros and cons of the program, what exactly is new and how to read it. Now, all the previous programs, pilots, etc. with respect to caregivers and those who are providing care for elderly people and people with disabilities are now in vain. So we have two new programs. One of them is for support workers, for those who were previously called people providing care for those with disabilities, people who are providing care for elderly people. That is one pillar, if you will. The other pillar is a caregiver, like a traditional caregiver program, nannies, right? Those who are taking care of the babies. In a nutshell, everything is the same except for new requirements. A, the person applying has to have post-secondary education. At least 1 year of post-secondary education is required. Not necessarily it will be relevant education, but still you have to have post-secondary, which was assessed. So in other words, educational credentials assessment is now a must. The other thing, you have to pass the language test, so you have to prove that you are able to communicate in English or in French at a level of at least CLB 5, so something of equivalent of IELTS 5, well, equivalency in CELPIP, in TEF, TCF will be required. Which pretty much is okay for many of the applicants. It just it's absolutely alright. Best news, you do not have to, or an employer does not have to apply for LMIA. Best news, well, because technically for caregivers, LMIA by itself was sort of a if you will, a predetermined decision. In other words, those who were applying for LMIA, those families in Canada, 99% of them were approved because there was a huge shortage of caregivers, huge shortage of those who are taking care of the elderly people. In other words, LMIA was a sort of a requirement which was met by definition unless you fail miserably, right? So if you prepare the documents, if everything's all right, you could be absolutely certain that you will receive this LMIA, but regardless, well, you still have to pay the government fee of $1,000, you still have to meet those requirements, you have to provide lots and lots of documents, so that was sort of a hassle. Now this hassle is taken away, no burden for the employer. Employer can issue a job offer, and with this job offer, a person could apply for a work permit. Now this work permit application would allow you as well to include your family members, right? So your spouse could apply for an open work permit to work for any employer in Canada while you're working for the family. Your children, if you got kids who are coming with you, could apply for a study permit to study in Canada. Sounds absolutely marvelous. Now, don't want to be a party pooper, but here we go. Cons, right? So first and foremost, it's already said that the whole application process for work permits itself will probably take around a year. Again, 1 year. Just imagine an employer in Canada sitting there and saying, hey, I will need a babysitter who will come here within 1 year, okay? As a father myself, I just cannot imagine it, right? Should we just start booking this babysitter or looking for this babysitter way before the child is born, right? Because it's kind of crazy. Now, second thing, the most daunting part, if you will, the whole quota for two programs. So for caregivers, for those who are taking care of elderly and people with disabilities, so the quota altogether is 5,500 of applications, 5,500 of applications together, 2,750 applications per program. Is it a lot? Is it not? Well, just to give you a heads up, roughly last year, only for caregivers, it was about 20,000 of applications. There is, as I said, huge shortage of them, right? Finding a nanny in here is quite difficult. Finding a good nanny is more difficult. And again, like I'm sharing my experience as a father. So last year was about 20,000 of applications. New program, right, which is promoted heavily by this government, well, considering this the fact that they will probably not be re-elected, is technically just sort of an advertisement, if you will. They're saying that Canada is caring for its caregivers. In fact, it's not. First of all, as I said, like 1 year of processing time. Seriously, guys. Second thing, the quota has shortened, right? Like more than 4 times, considering all the applications together. So all in all, well, our Liberal government has proved itself another time. that they're caring for anybody they want except for really those immigrants Canada needs. So, well, that's all I could say about the program. If you're looking to apply, if you're looking to go for the employer, well, again, the good news that we do not have to apply for LMIA anymore, and that opens doors for those of you who are looking to come. Well, within 1 year, but still, we'll see you in Canada. Stay tuned with us, and of course, questions, concerns, feel free to drop us a line, and we'll be glad to answer your questions.